What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. So we are continuing to learn how to style natural hair, and I'm really throwing myself into the deep end trying out these hairstyles. So I hope you enjoy today's tutorial. We are going to try out a look which is commonly called the Benny and Betty, and that's the name for it in South Africa. But of course, other people also have their own ways that they call this. So let's just jump straight into the video. How I did this, I had to part my hair like in the middle. So you just make a center part in your hair, and you can use a tail comb for that. Just make sure it is as straight as possible, because half of our hair is going to be in a ponytail, while the rest of the hair we are going to do the Benny and Betty. So when you finish sectioning, just put the rest of the hair into a bun at the back of your head. And then now we are going to start off and really section our hair into different parts. So for my own, for this particular look, I actually sectioned mine into 9 different sections. But you can also do the sections depending on how you want your hair to be laid. The key thing is just to make sure that the lines are a little bit symmetrical, so that when you finish up the entire look, it actually looks a little bit organized. You don't want them to be, zigzag or just looking anyhow. So finally, I got done with my sections. I just put a rubber band around the different sections so that I could easily part through the hair, but at the same time, it will be easy for me when I start putting the small sections of rubber bands to just follow the lines that I made. So when it came to putting the rubber bands, what I actually did is I go through the rows that I made and I make smaller sections of hair. So you can just make like tiny boxes, the same way you would section your hair when you're going to do box braids. So that's how I parted my hair. And then after that, I applied some hair gel. Now, hair gel can sometimes be challenging because it makes your hair curly, and yet you want your hair to be looking nice and flat. So if you have edge control, you can go ahead and use the edge control. But if you don't have edge control, then you just have to use the hair gel. What you have to make sure is detangle your hair consistently, so that you don't have, because sometimes when you have curls, it means your hair is just going to get a little bit like thicker, which you don't want. So just keep on patting through with a comb so that when you apply the rubber band, it's nice and tight. So when you do the first section with the rubber band, you just go to the next line on the row and then just do the same thing. Comb through your hair really nice, then just apply the hair gel. And then after that, you will also be able to add the first knot onto the second one. So you're more like just joining. You're joining the joints together. You're joining the first one and the second one. But as you're joining them, you put the rubber band together. You don't put the rubber band on the second line first and then you join them. No, you just join the first one to the second one, then you can apply the rubber band. So this section is just really repetitive. You just keep on doing the same thing over and over again. You follow the lines, then you put the rubber band, put the hair gel, put the rubber band, and then you can proceed to the next section. The more you keep on joining the lines, you will see that you kind of have a consistent trail of rubber bands and your hair just joining together, and that is what is going to make the Benny and Betty hairstyle at the front of your hair. So yeah, this is how I continue doing this. I'm just going to keep quiet so that you guys can just keep on seeing the rest of the sections. So soon as you're done with all the sections, it's now time to put your hair into a ponytail, the back of your hair. So you can just proceed to apply some hair gel and then proceed to comb through with a bristle brush. The reason why I like the bristle brush is right now my hair is a little bit dry and very frizzy, and the bristle brush will just really like make it nice and smooth without even me have to like hassle at all. So make sure you take out the bobby pins that you put at the back to secure your hair. And then you can kind of hold, like, with the Benny and Betty lines that you made, you can just hold one by one and join them to the back of your ponytail so that they can blend in really well. And then you also don't want them to be loose, so that's why you actually hold them one by one and just make them lay properly onto the back of your hair. then you have to make sure that your ponytail is really nice and tight and really, really organized, because then that also will contribute to how your hair is looking at the front. If behind is quite disorganized or it's even a little bit loose, you're going to see that at the front. So just make sure that you get it nice and tight, and then yeah, slowly by slowly you'll find that your look is actually coming together. If you need to apply any more hair gel onto the hair and you feel like it's not really looking as nice and organized, then you can just proceed to really do that. I also just went ahead to just do a little bit of baby hairs, you know, because sometimes the front is looking a little bit messy. So I just got a small brush and then just, you know, brush through the hair just to make sure things are nice and looking organized. Now, because I don't have hair strips, you can also go ahead to use a head scarf. Just make sure that you lay it onto your head really, really careful. You don't want to mess up the hair. So why I put the head scarf is because you're going to put that braid at the back of your hair. And if you lay it in this motion, trust me, you're bound to disorganize your hair in one way or the other. So the head scarf is just to make sure that your hair does not come out looking messy, and it just gives you less hassle when you're trying to put the ponytail at the back of your head. So as you've seen, I've just laid out the braid onto my hair, and then I'm just going to secure it using a rubber band, after which I'm going to flip the second half from my head backwards. So the rubber band will actually be in the middle of the hair, and that makes sure that your natural hair is nice and concealed within the braid. So you don't have to worry about like your natural hair really popping out way too much. It gives your hair like a really nice cover. So guys, by the time I took out this scarf, like trust me, I was really feeling myself. It was already looking nice and organized, but I'm just going to go ahead and conceal my ponytail further, or conceal anything that is like, you know, protruding in my ponytail by just covering with a strand of hair. So just section a part of the hair and just really rotate that as much as possible around your hair until you reach that final tip. What you also have to make sure is kind of like detangle the hair as you rotate it, because if the hair is really disorganized and non-detangled, you're going to find that you have like strands of hair popping through, and it's not going to give you that nice finish. But otherwise, as soon as I was done with this, like trust me, you can rock this already in its stead. Yeah, however, I'm going to go ahead a little bit further and just put my hair into a ponytail. So as you can see, there are already different ways you could wear this. You could wear it into a puff, or you could actually proceed and have a braid at the back. So I'm going to show you 3 looks. So the first one is the one just with the braided hair, just, you know, coming out straight. So for the second one, we are going to do a braid at the back of the hair. And this one, I think if you know how to braid your hair, this one is going to be just a normal standard braid. You just have to part your hair into 3 sections. The key thing is actually to cover your natural hair with the synthetic hair. So you just kind of like have to rotate the strands of the braiding hair around your natural hair, and that is also going to help you to have like a nice clean finish onto your braid, so that you don't have like natural hair popping out. So I'm just going to braid that real quick. It's going to be a little bit of a long braid because I'm using a longer version of braiding hair, and that is much better than using a short braiding hair. So guys, this is pretty much how our second look is going to look like. Once you finish braiding out your hair, it's just going to look like a really nice spicy ponytail. And to even spice it up a little bit more, you can also go ahead to just put that into a top knot bun. Yeah, you can just put a bun around your ponytail, and then that is also going to make it into a whole different look. So I like how this really turned out. All 3 looks are really nice. You can rock them in any hairstyle or in any outfit. You can rock them for any event, and it can still look nice and tasteful. So thank you guys for watching this video. I really appreciate you all coming along this journey with me, and I hope you subscribe and hit the notification bell. Until the next video guys, bye bye.